set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Okay, ready? Let's go. Hup.
Here's Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense.
No!
Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
The Sanders has got it complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Hell of a catch. Damn. I just knew I had that broke up.
Yeah, well, like, so Get Up got a lot of tricks in it, right? Or conceits, you know, games, stuff like that go along with it. First Take was like it was doing high noon.
At the 34, call it a gain of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Ready, ready.
Now Young fakes a sweep and looks to throw off play action. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think? And now off to the races down the right side. And this defies logic. That winds up 2 points for the other team. Utterly unbelievable. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space.
Ready.
I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Set up. Set up.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. You look at this Carolina defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop.
Here we go. Set.
Held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Let's go now. Go.
Back to throw. Curtis. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Ready.
On 1st First and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The Falcons had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
On third down, Robinson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second and a couple.
Check go.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in second and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got London on the slant. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a yard.
Get it.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent
Here we
gain.
go. Here we go. Go.
They'll run with Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Young off the play fake. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Panthers have regained the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Shut up! Hot, hot!
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here we go!
2nd and 10. Young. Finding Sanders on the crossing route. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Let's go now.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game,
Ready, set.
you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Ready, ready.
Looking to throw. Curtis. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Set. Get up.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Go.
Back to throw. Curtis. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Curtis. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Here we go. Here we
So
go.
from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Rig it. Hot, hot.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Check, check. Hut.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Check go.
Back to throw. Curtis. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is down to 2. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, and now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Robinson, he'll try the left side. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Here we go. Shot. Go.
Looking to throw. Curtis can't get away, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly. But that time, it took a little too long to develop.
Let's go now.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion.
Come
One
on,
more good
set.
rep, and they get off the field.
Ready.
Back to throw. Curtis. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. He may go. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So Go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. And now the kick short, but this is a live football picked up in the end zone. He's past the 30, and he will be out of bounds. So a clever idea on the run back, but the field goal unit able to stop him before he could really get going. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this goal. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've
Let's
had
go.
their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker. I know conventional wisdom
On the
says,
jump.
hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and
Go.
try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Fair catch signaled for and taken, and that punt went nowhere. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Here we go. Here we go. Check go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ready.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready, ready.
On play action, Young. Going to throw right side here, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work
Alert!
with the
Alert!
lead as they've
Alert!
got it 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Ready, ready. Go.
Young now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So they'll come up after the incompletion for
Get it.
2nd down.
Ready.
It's Young off play action. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone. And this is no good. Boy, that didn't even get there. Not a good effort at all. And our score remains the same. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Here we go, sack.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now in the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Okay, ready? Set. Unlock lion. Unlock lion. Hut.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Ready, ready. Let's go. Check go.
Now Young. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
A try here for the extra point. And this is no good. Boy, that didn't even get there. Not a good effort at all. And our score remains the same. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And able to get this out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Ready.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Ready, ready, hot, hot.
Looking to throw, Curtis. This pass is caught by London. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Set up. Hut.
A give left side to Robinson. Dancing away at the 35.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here we go, set.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there.
Set.
Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Let's go now. Set, go.
Back to throw. Curtis. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get
Come
caught.
on, come on, set.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
On the ready. Set. Set up.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And that was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but they can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe they just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got one on us, and just not let it turn into more.
Shot alert! Shot alert!
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
The offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
Ready.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
Ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Ready. Hot, hot.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. And it looks like the defense has got it. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Got it.
A
Ready.
loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check go.
Robinson with another carry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Taking on the midfield logo. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
On the double. Shut up. Shut up.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls
Here we go.
are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now.
Go.
Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll go down at the 28. And that flag accepted. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Ready.
A play fake. Now Young going up top. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Ready?
Off the play fake. Curtis. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks him right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Ready?
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And that one almost intercepted. Boy, he's got 2 already, nearly a third, but not to be, and it's 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
Okay, ready?
And we know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go, here we go! Set, go! Get it!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. So the roughing call there on the extra point and going to give him another shot.
Pretty good sell job there, too. I think it was the right call, but a little embellishment never hurts.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Robinson on a give right side. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. And they'll accept that penalty. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Ready, go!
Looking to throw. Curtis. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds,
ready.
Keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They're right at about the league
Ready,
average,
ready.
40%, 4 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
That incompletion brings us 1 snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though. No surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone.
Ready.
Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline.
Reload.
They want to do it with some gusto, too.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz,
you're
just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Ready.
One back in the backfield will get the carry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
Ready up!
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Come on, set! Get up!
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on
Ready,
first
set.
and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Go!
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Sanders. Big strides. Look at him go. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
On the ready!
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Set!
First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. But you look at this defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And in order to improve their ranking and play the kind of game that they want, they've got to continue to make plays like the one we just saw there. Because if you stop these teams a few times along the way, maybe some frustration kicks in. And all of a sudden, not only does your ranking improve, but your game performance does as well.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's go! Ready!
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. He'll get it across midfield down to the 49. The Falcons had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression
Ready?
3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
Hut!
Out of the gun now on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Go!
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Check go!
Robinson is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
You get down near the goal line, you need to start
Here we
listing
go, here we
out
go.
all 11 guys on the defense. And that's a nice job there by the cornerback, squaring his shoulders and coming in to make the tackle.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Curtis. Touchdown, Falcons. From 4 yards out. And the Falcons respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. But down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This is caught by McMillan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And you'll find some version of this play in just about every playbook in the NFL. It's an X-post cross. So on play action, you let the X receiver get downfield and start working right to left across the formation. What a beautiful throw. And it all comes together for big yardage.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor.
Here we go,
of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
An incomplete pass on that last play,
Let's
and
go
that means
now.
they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Young. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shot. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On the give, here's Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Set. Ready.
Looking to throw. Curtis looking middle, and that's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
From the gun on 3rd down, Curtis throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line.
Hot, hot.
They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons have taken the lead. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the...
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because Every drive has a life of its own, but I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Falcons on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Ready. Hot.
Back to throw. Curtis. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Ready.
Now Young. That is caught. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Go!
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Guarantee it's incomplete.
Ready.
Throwing, Young. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35.
Ready. Alert! Alert! Ready.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
On the set.
Now, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Ready.
Young off the bootleg. A quick throw there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive.
Check go.
Young to throw it. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And it's a wobbler, but he does get it to go as it creeps over the bar. And they have regained the lead. It looked a little bit off. You expect more leg out of him, but he did get it to go.
But you and I both know sometimes depending on the angle, they may take a little bit off of the kick in order to make sure that they line it up properly and bring it home through the post.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, it's difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now they try the right side here. They'll get it across midfield down to the 49.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Set.
Young will set to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the in route, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and that will keep this a 2-point game.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things
to the right side and intercepted. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here we go. Here we go. Hot, hot.
Now Young fakes a sweep and looks to throw off play action. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So it's a letdown there. They get the ball in tremendous position following the turnover, but they come away empty-handed.
Oh, man, you hate to waste field position like that. Your defense did you the favor of getting you the ball on this side of the 50. But neither the offense nor the kicking team could capitalize.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Ready.
This 2nd and 4. Off play action. Curtis. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop,
Ready?
you have people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble.
Shut it! Shut it!
Hand off to Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
On the jump!
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And
Here we
last
go,
time
set.
out, another missed field
Go.
goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying,
Let's go
call
now.
this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Ready?
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some space here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Come on,
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
To about the 26 here.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ready?
2nd
break.
down and 6 now from the 26.
Hot, hot.
Young. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You
Okay,
force a
ready?
throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the
hey.
middle third of the field where he threw that one. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
Set.
They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe
Ready,
what
ready.
he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that
Set.
any possession that ends in a kick
go.
I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Curtis. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes
Go!
on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them
Ready, ready.
and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. Here we go.
gun. It's Young. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Third quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10.
Go!
Young off the play fake. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On the set.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Ready.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here. A little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Hot, hot.
Looking to throw. Curtis. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On the counter, this is Robinson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I see a shake in the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Throw left side complete. That's Weber.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off.
Let's go now.
So they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and they'll remain down by 2.
Yeah, that certainly hurts. Your guys put you in position to take the lead here in the 3rd quarter, but that one's off the mark. So a definite missed opportunity right there.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Set. Go.
Young to throw it. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker.
Let's go.
I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
Down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay
70
it off on
Lions.
1st down.
Hut, hut.
Now Young. He'll find McMillan here. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Hut.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football.
Here we
Almost
go.
like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this
Chop
game.
alert. Chop alert.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
Ready, set.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Set. Ready. Check out.
On play action, Young. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Hook up a 15 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
Ready.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Ready, ready.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Set it.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping
Check.
this one
Panther.
up. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Point after here coming up. And now the kick short, but this is a live football picked up in the end zone. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. There's still
Here we
plenty
go,
of time here in the fourth quarter. In just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few
Let's
inches
go now.
left. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Come on.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Back to throw. Curtis into the hands of London. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Ready.
They'll run here with Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll leave him with a third and just a yard.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it.
Here we go, here we go.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a first and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Set, ready, set, go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
The decision made for them. They've got to go.
Ready.
It's fourth down.
Go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
Got it. Ready?
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they?
Here we
They
go.
got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Let's go now.
Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3.
Ready.
Here's Young. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's the Panthers punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although